All right, folks, I'm here. We thought we were coming out early, but then I think we're waiting on some referees here. Um, so as soon as they arrive and get on the ice, we'll get this thing underway. Both teams are standing just outside their locker room, ready to come out. Just haven't quite got the black and white stripes guys here yet, so we'll wait on them. As soon as they come out, we'll get this game going, and I'll jump back on the broadcast. All right, here we go. Both teams now taking the ice. Might be a little tricky to see on the cameras. One's in light gray, one's in black, so the teams are going to look somewhat similar, but I'll do my best to separate them for you, let you know who's got the puck. Don't know much about this team. I believe they're from kind of the Twin Cities area, maybe Northern Metros, some St. Cloud. I see some DCs on helmets. I think that might be Dasso Cocato. Um, Not sure about the rest or anything, but other than that, I do know they took on the Kraken team that we played earlier this morning, I believe it was. And that was a 6-4 victory for the Kraken. So fared a little bit better than we did, but not too much. So it should be a pretty good battle here between the two teams. They also played the Sting team that we played yesterday, beat them 4-0. So uh, these teams should be fairly matched. Probably kind of depends on who has the most energy still left to go here this afternoon, depending on what everybody did between games. So the Grey Wolves can keep up their intensity from this morning and keep playing the body like they were. They could fare pretty well in this game, but we'll see if that's what they can do here. The Grey Wolves will be down one player this afternoon as Nico Balick will be on the bench. He has a upper arm injury that we kind of noticed in that first game today. Kind of just went shoulder to shoulder with somebody. Um, they have a little bit of a torn ligament or something in the shoulder. We're not quite sure. He'll have to figure that out when he heads home. But either way, he will be on the bench. He's over there wearing his helmet, so he's here to cheer on his team, but unfortunately could not be on the ice with them. Other than that, we got about 2.5 minutes to go before we get this puck drop, and then we'll get this game underway. I'm going to step away for just a minute, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes here. All right, here we go. Pucks are getting picked up. Both teams together on their benches one more time, and then we'll get this game underway. Moved over to another rink here. Now we're in the north side of the Moorhead Sports Arena. Just on the other side of where Moorhead plays their high school game, same as Concordia College. More of the practice rink, I guess you would call it. Hopefully we get halfway decent service in here. It's showing me that I am, but doesn't always mean that's true either. We'll see if lines get shifted. Probably will have to a little bit, or they're just going to have to roll the next man up here. With Nico being out, or maybe move a defenseman up. They may have done that as well, because it looked like Gelman was actually lining up as a forward there in warmups, but I'm not quite sure if that's where he's going to be playing or not. So. Get some messages here. Hopefully everything's good out there for everybody. Referees are ready. Both teams going over the last couple little things. And we should get puck drop. 15 minutes up on the board, ready to go. All right. So it looks like it's going to be the Spicer line out there with Gelman and Omlid. New makeup of a line here a little bit. Everything is good. Why is Nico out? Nico has a shoulder injury that he sustained in that first game. It'll be Brecken and Nash on defense. Face off underway. One forward here by FTP. Follow the puck. You may hear me call them as well as they go quickly off sides, and we'll reset. Get a face off here just in front of the Grey Wolves bench. Shot. I'm guessing you meant to say shoot on that, Casey. Push forward there by Ahmed, picked up by FTP. They're going to try to send this one in, but knocked down by Gelman. Gelman will force this one down into the FTP's end. Knocked away there by Spicer. FTP trying to clear it out on the near side. Gelman put some pressure on, but back comes FTP. Knocked away there by Spicer. Picked up by FTP. Knocked down by Nash. Nash takes a look, feeds over to the near side, gets it to Gelman. Gelman gets run over right on his own blue line. He's slow to get up. Drop back down into the FTP end. I'm trying to steal that one away. Kept in by Nash. Sends a shot on net. Didn't quite get there. Defenseman was able to stop that with his skate. Knocked away there by Jacoby over into the near side corner. FTP will feed it up the boards, but not out. Kale trying to chase this one down. Sent over the point. Kept in by Brecken. Brecken walks it in. Lost the handle on it. Gets it back. Dumps it down low. Down below the goal line it goes. FTP gets on it first. Stolen away here by Corinta. There's a feed out front for Jacoby on the backside, but goaltender was able to get a stick on that one. Now breakout for FTP as they bring it through the middle. Feed it through. Knocked back by Dennis. Played there by FTP. Should have been too many men. Picked up by Dennis. Chips it up the boards. Gets to Daxon. Daxon feeds it forward up to the wall. Trying to get it up to Jacoby. He's going to chase after this one. They say no ice. Down below the goal line. Daxon picks it up in the far corner. Cuts it to the middle. Trying to get a shot off. Shot rings off the back. Comes right out front. Jacoby couldn't quite get a stick on that one. Stretch pass here by FTP. This one will go all the way down for icing. And we'll head back down into their end for a face-off. 13 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the first period. Still tied up 0-0. Opportunity there for the Grey Wolves to score. Just couldn't quite gather up that bouncing puck that came off the boards pretty lively. And the Spicer line back out there, but now with Jacobson and Gilbreth. This one over into the corner. FTPL setting up the wall. Sealed off by Gilbreth. Ties it up along the boards. In comes Jacobson to help out. He gets it loose. Gilbreth digs it out of there as well. But FTP gets control, and they'll feed this one out. Jackson will try to chase him down on the near side. Big hit into the boards. Dennis comes over. Tries to hip check him into the wall here. FTP trying to set up in the offensive zone. Bouncing puck comes rolling out, but knocked back by Dennis there. Daxon will pick it up along the wall. Flips it up the wall here. Got it to Ahmed, but not out. FTP trying to get control, but Picked up by Daxon. He'll skate this one through the defense, trying to get around a couple different players. Leans into it, shots it on. Goaltender makes the save. Have to get back here. FTP with control and some speed down the right side, trying to get around Tommy. Works it out front, went off the skate of, looks like Kale there. FTP still with control, comes out to the point. They keep it in at the blue line. Knocked out. It'll be offsides though. Nice job by Chelman there to force that puck out of play or out of the zone. Daxon dumps it in. He gets run down. Big hit by Kale in the corner. A couple of big hits getting thrown now. Here's Kale. Kale feeds it out front. Shot sent on by Omlin. He was alone out front. Couldn't quite get the puck there. Penalty coming here. Looks like on the Grey Wolves, and we'll get a slashing call on Kale here. A power play coming for FTP. It'll be Kale for 2 minutes slashing. Oh, face off. Down in the Grey Wolves end, far side. 2 minutes up on the board. 11:40 to go here. First period still tied up 0-0, but a man advantage here for FTP. Gelman to take the face off. Wins that one over the wall. FTP steals it away. They got it down low in the corner. They feed it out. High slot now over to the other side. Trying to work this one back and forth. Jacobson had a chance there. Sent through the middle. Picked up by Jacobson. Knocked out of the air by FTP, but backhanded out by Gelman there. FTP dumps it right back in. It'll come over into the near side corner. Picked up by Brecken. Tries to chip that one forward. Shoved off the puck there. Got out front. Caught up with some skates. Loose puck in the slot, but dumped down by the Grey Wolves. This one will go all the way down. FTP will have to head back into their own end to pick this one up. Try to get around the far side. Jacobson puts pressure on. Now it's Spicer. He gets pushed off the puck, but is able to force it forward. Gets it up to Jacobson. He dumps it down in, killing some more time on this penalty. Down to about a minute left. Spicer putting the pressure on. Brecken steps up at the blue line. Knocked out into center ice. FTP will just dump it in. Brecken gets control. He'll dump this one down towards the net. Goaltender will cover it up. Leaves it off for his defenseman as there's no Grey Wolves in the zone yet. Here comes Corinta. Stretch pass through the middle. Dennis steps up and steals that one away, but bouncing puck does end up going down into the Grey Wolves end, and FTP will chase it down. Shots in on. Big save there by Dom. Comes loose. Comes over to Gilbreth as he picks it up at his own blue line. Trying to skate this one out. He got swallowed up. Dennis sends one off the glass. Bouncing puck out in the neutral zone. FTP dumps it down in. This will roll in on Dom. He dumps it off for Dennis. Dennis from behind his own net. About 15 seconds to go on the power play here for FTP. Brought into the zone. Down below the goal line, FTP goes around behind the net. Gilbert trying to steal that puck away, but FTP will skate this one out with some speed. Dennis trying to chase him down, trying to go through Nash. Nice defensive play there by Nash. Took it away with his feet. And Kale out of the box here. Able to get control of that puck. But chipped out into center ice. FTP will just dump this one back down in. Far side. FTP gets on it first. Dennis chases after it. Pokes it away, gets it out in the neutral zone. That was Jacoby. Dumped right back in by FTP. It'll be picked up by Daxon. Skates this one forward. Pushes it up. A little bit too far for himself as it's dumped back down by FTP. We got an arm up and icing call on FTP, and we'll get a face-off back down in the FTP's end with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play. It'll be Kale take the face-off out there with Jacobson and Gilbreth. It'll be Daxon and Tommy on defense. This puck comes loose. Gilbert trying to get a hold of this. Comes out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Tommy. Tries to force it up the wall. Back comes FTP, though, down the left side. Sent through the middle off the skate of Daxon. Bouncing puck. FTP able to keep it in. They get control in the high slot. Work it over to the far side. Now down in the corner. Tripping call there. Looks like on Kale again. They'll say, and a power play opportunity again for FTP. We'll stay down in the Grey Wolves end here. for a face-off. 8 minutes, 41 seconds left here in the first period. 0-0 hockey game. Spicer take the face-off. Wins this one over to the wall. FTP gets control. Dump down low. Daxon trying to chase this one down. Tied up along the boards. Daxon with control of the puck. Sends it up the wall, trying to get this one to Spicer to come out to the blue line. Spicer still trying to poke it out. FTP gets along the sidewall here. It comes loose, picked up by Spicer. He'll just dump this one down. Kill some time off here. Picked up by FTP behind their own net. Brought forward with some speed. Down the middle. Work it to the outside. They drop it off. Shot sent back door. That one picked up nicely by Omelet. Omelet knocks that one on the air. Gets it to Brecken. Brecken sets up. Sends one through the middle. Dumps it down off the board. This one will go all the way down. About 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go on the power play here for FTP. They send it through the middle. Gelman trying to chase down the man on the near side. Brecken able to poke that away, but FTP gets control. They send it out front. Bouncing puck comes in on Dom. He made the save on one. FTP gets control, though. Shots it on. Dom makes the save on that one as well. FTP working out of the corner. Trying to bring it out front. Put on the brakes. They work it over to the near side. Now back the other way. Nash trying to stop the player from coming out. And looks like Dom got the puck, was able to cover it up and hold on to it. And we'll get a face-off. Shot sent on from the point right in the stomach of Dom. He's able to hold on to that. We'll get a face-off again. Reset and do that one over. It'll be Jacobson to take the face-off. About 35 seconds still go on the power play here for FTP. They win this one back. The top of the circle, trying to get a shut-off puck rolling in the slot. Jacoby able to poke that out of harm's way. Comes up to the point. They work it down the sidewall. Now down low, below the goal line. Stuff a tip. That's off the side of Dom. FTP works this one up out to the point. Shots in on tip. Dom kicked that one aside into the far corner. Picked up by Jacobson. He's able to dump it down. It checked up a little bit there and got on its edge. Didn't roll all the way down, but FTP gets there first. Stretch pass through the middle. Working on Dennis. Got around him. Working it up front. Shots sit on. Big save there by Dom, and we're going to face off. Just on the other side. A lot of talking out there from these FTP boys. Face off here. Looks like it'll be. Let's see if that's Spicer. It was Spicer. Won that face off back. FTP got control of it, but poked out here by Gilbert. Gilbert down the far side. Works it down. Slows it down. Backhands on out to Jacobson. Jacobson couldn't elevate that one over the leg of the goaltender. Had to make a save on that one. Nice job by Spicer getting back there. Putting the pressure on. Forces that turnover. Picked up by Tommy. Backhands on over to Dennis. Dennis gets bumped off the puck into the corner. FTP trying to get control of it. Both teams kind of chasing this one around here a little bit as Jacobson carves its way out. Gilbreth has control, brings it into the zone down the left side. Shots it on, beats the goaltender under the blocker side, back of the net. And Grey Wolves strike first. Five minutes, 54 seconds to go here. First period. Grey Wolves with a 1-0 lead. Nice shot there by Gilbreth. He had Jacobson on this side. Goaltender probably thought he was going to pass again, as it was those two the earlier time, but took the shot, beat the goaltender, give the Grey Wolves a 1-0 lead here as FTP dumps it down the near side. Daxon trying to recover. Goes behind the net, short side pass, comes up to the point, shots it on, blocked there by Kale. He'd be picked up by Daxon along the wall, chips it up the wall, trying to get this one out. Kale tried to get it back to Daxon, but FTP's able to steal that one away. They'll dish it off to the defenseman. Stretch pass here over to the near side. Puts on the brakes, feeds it through the middle. A little bit behind for his wing on the far side. A nice play by Nash to get a stick on it. There's a save by Dom, kicked over into the near side corner. It's Gelman trying to get this one. Jackson puts a big hit along the wall here. Kale in there as well, trying to win this battle here. Just kicked around by both teams. Battle for along the boards there. Big hit at middle or center ice here. It's going to get a little chippy here, I have a feeling, at some point. As Ahmed ran into the padding over there on the FTP bench. They send it through the middle, but picked off by Brecken here. Nice play there as he dumped it down in. Up to the blue line, out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Corinta. Corinta skates this one forward. He gets knocked down at the blue line. FTP with control. They'll skate this one out of the zone through the middle. Nice job by Brecken to break that one up. Picked up by Jacoby here. He's getting slashed. Still has control of it. Feeds it over to the far side. Gets it to Dennis. Jumped up the wall. Comes over to FTP through the middle. Brecken trying to defend here. Sent up the wall. Tried to dump that one back down in, but stolen away by Brecken. He'll loop back and lower into his own zone as he gets run over right in front of the net. Shots it on back door. Big save there by Dom. Sent out to the point. Out of the zone, offsides here on FTP. We're going to face off right here in front of the Grey Wolves bench. Interference call here on Brecken, it looks like. Not sure when that happened, but power play opportunity again for FTP. FTP with the face-off victory. He'll dump this one down into the Grey Wolves end, picked up by Dennis. He'll send one off the boards. This one will sneak all the way down. Gilbert will put a little bit of pressure on. Goaltender plays it up the wall. Gelman trying to get control of that. It comes out to Dennis again. He dumps it back down in, but not very far. And FTP will turn this one right back through the neutral zone. Nice job by Gilbert there at the blue line. Forcing FTP to delay a little bit. Now brought in. That's offsides as well. And we're going to face off right here in front of us. Face off here. Let's see. That was Gelman taking a face off for the Grey Wolves. This one rung in all the way around and come out all the way up to the blue line. Gilbert steals this one away. He'll skate out of the zone. Try to cut around the player here. And back comes FTP with some speed, turning Tommy inside and out. But nice job by Gelman to poke that one away. Tommy without a stick, although the puck comes right to him. Big hit there by Dennis. Gelman trying to steal that puck down low. FTP with the shot from the point gets whiffed on. They'll dump this one down into the corner. Dennis trying to steal it away again here. And Dennis will skate this one forward. About 49 seconds left on the power play. He'll dump this one in. Sent down into the FTP end. Grey Wolves and FTP going for some changes here. They'll stretch this one through the middle. Bouncing puck comes all the way over to the blue line. FTP dumps this one down into the corner. Dennis trying to put a hit on there. FTP player was able to slip away. FTP gets on it below the goal line, but knocked away by Dennis. Sends it up to Carter. Carter sends it through the middle. Stolen away, high slot. Shot sent on right into the stomach of Dom. He'll hold on. We're going to face off. 21 seconds to go on the power play for FTP. It's their third one of this period. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to go on the game clock. Grey Wolves have a 1-0 lead. It'll be Spicer to come out and take the face off. He's out there with Ahmed at forward. Jackson and Nash on defense. This one's going back to Nash. Sent up the wall to Spicer. They get it up to the point, but not out. FTP takes a shot through traffic. Spicer slips away from one check. Skates it down into the corner. Works it forward. Now FTP with control. They send it behind the net. Tried to center that one, but it was Daxon with his skate that knocked it away. Now they send it back down into the corner, picked up by Omelet. He rings it around, comes off the glass a little weird. Spicer has to retreat down low. Grey Wolves back to 5-on-5, but FTP still with control in the zone. Dump back down low, over to the near side. Omelet's going to chase it after this one. He sends it down. That goes off an FTP skate, so they say no ice. Minute 20 to play here, first period. FTP sends it back to the near side. Kale trying to steal this puck away in the offensive zone, but FTP able to get this one out. FTP down into the Grey Wolves end. Shot sent on, up and over the glove, beats Dom. And tied up at 1 minute and 2 seconds left to play in the first period. One hockey game here between FTP and the Grey Wolves. It'll be Kale out there centering, looks like Corinta and Jacoby. Dennis and Tommy on defense. Tipped in off of Tommy's skate. FTP has control. Try to center this one. Stolen away by Tommy. He feeds it up, gets it out to the point. It does come out in the neutral zone. Push forward there, up to Jacoby. Jacoby skates it forward over the red line. Feeds it over, trying to feed this one over to Kale. Stolen away by FTP. Back to come. Down the near side. Trying to get around Dennis. Centering pass. That one goes wide. Another shot sent on. Misses the net. Comes around to the near side. That out. Picked up by FTP. Trying to get a shot off. Trying to go up. Short side on down there. Went up and over the net. Into the corner. Dennis will chase after it as it comes behind the net. Kale gets control behind his own net. Feeds it up the boards. About 8 seconds to play here in the first period. He'll send this one off the board. It hits Corinta. Tied up underneath an FTP player. They'll dig it loose and try to get a shot off, but not enough time as the buzzer goes off, and that's the end of the first period. So 1-1 hockey game after 1. Back and forth. Give the zone time advantage to FTP. Mainly, they did have 3 power plays in that first period. The Grey Wolves, none, but Grey Wolves battling, doing the best they can, fighting off some heavy checks, keeping their heads. But got some work to do here. Going to have to keep that up for another 2 periods. Keep getting some pressure down low and some shots on this goaltender. He hasn't faced a lot yet. But we'll see how they respond here when we get ready for the second period. Coach is talking it over with both teams. Like Dom's ready to head to his net. Get ready for this second period. Let's see what line comes out to start this second period for the Grey Wolves. Looks like we got a decent crowd, about 16 people. I know there's not many other games out there to watch other than the Wild and the Stars or something like that, but this is much better than that, I would say. But all right, both goalies in their nets. I see Wild's up 1-0. All right, who do we got? We got Spicer line coming out for the Grey Wolves. He'll be out there centering Omelet and Gelman. It looks like Brecken and Nash will be out there on defense. Here we go, getting ready for the second period. A little cheat there by Ahmed. Referee calling him out a little bit. One back by Spicer. Comes back to Brecken. Brecken tried to feed that one forward. Whiffed on that one a little bit. FTP will keep the zone for the moment. Gelman trying to poke that one out. Comes loose over to Spicer. Trying to get control of it. Feeds back to Brecken. Brecken skates this one forward. Backhands one up. Gets it up to Omelet. Near side. Omelet through the middle. Gets it over to Spicer. Spicer will bring this one in. Sent back up and out. Nash pushes that one forward. Sent through the middle here by FTP, but Brecken steps up and knocks that one away. Here's Gelman on the far side. He sends one off a skate, trying to get it over to Omelet. Right in front of us. Now Spicer trying to feed it back up to him. Up and off of the netting here in front of us, so we'll get a quick whistle. And a face-off down in the Grey Wolves' end here. There's 45 seconds played here in this second period. Banky to take the face off. One back by FTP. Comes to the point. Shot sent on through traffic. It goes off of Dom's leg. Kicked into the corner. Cleared out by Dennis. Gets it up to Gilbreth. Knocked off a hit stick. Back down low. Back up to Gilbreth along the sideboard. Stolen away from him by FTP. They'll dump it down, but Gilbreth will steal it right back and skate this one out. Feeds it over to Carter on the far side. Carter tries to push this one in. Gilbreth will chase it down. Steals it away. Out of the corner. Had it knocked off of his stick. Picked up by Banky. Banky slips around a couple hits, gets it down low, trying to get that one to Gilbreth. Banky runs into Carter. FTP is able to steal that one away, and back they come. Trying to work around Daxon. Gives him a good shove in the corner. They feed it short side. Dom didn't see it coming, and in the back of the net, a 2-1 lead here for FTP as no one picked up the guy out front. Once again, that's been the story of the weekend for these Grey Wolves. And able to sneak one in on the short side and take the lead here 2-1. It'll be Spicer now centering Corinta and Jacoby out there with Stennis. And Tommy on defense. This one dumped down. I'll say icing on this one. We'll head back down to the FTPN for a face-off. Spicer will take the face-off for the Grey Wolves. 13-19 play here, second period. One back by FTP. They go behind their own net. Take a look. Send it over to the near side. Corinta will get after that one on this side. They send it up the wall, kept in by Tommy. He sends it down the wall, back down below the goal line. Spicer will chase after it. Corinta as well. FTP still with control. Spicer getting back, trying to steal this one. Dumped in. Hooked up with Tommy there a little bit, down into the corner. Spicer puts on a check in the corner. Big hit there by Tommy. Puck loose, high slot, shot sent on, off the stick of Dom, up and over the net. They're calling a high stick here. I think he thought it went off a player's stick, but actually went off of Dom's end of his stick. He can't high stick, really, I don't believe. Especially when he's in a saving motion. But either way, we're going to face off here in the Grey Wolves end. It'll be Banky taking the face off out there with Omelet and Gelman. Betting and Dennis on defense. Sent down into the FTP end. They'll get control first. They send it up the wall. Banky tried to knock that down and sent all the way down. They're going to say no ice on this. It'll be Dennis that picks it up and goes behind his own net. Sends it up the wall. Gets it up to Omelet. Omelet gets knocked down. Dennis trying to chip it out. Kept in by FTP. It hit the line. They feed it over to the far side. Shot sent on. Dom makes the save on that one. Kicks it into the corner. Picked up by Banky. Feeds it to the middle. Picked up by Gelman. Off of his stick. Sent in there by FTP. Picked up by Dennis. Sent through the middle. Out into the neutral zone. Now back to the FTP blue line. They'll send this one off the wall up towards the Gray Wolves line. They'll send down in below the goal line. Dennis puts on a big hit. Reverse hit there along the boards. Gelman with control on the far side. Now Dennis comes in as it's tied up along the boards. Dennis will dig it loose and push it forward. He gets bumped along the boards. And down below. Stolen away here by FTP. Shot sent on. Short side. FTP with it down low. They'll feed it up front. Misplayed there. Picked up by Ahmed. He'll feed it through the middle, trying to hit Gelman. Knocked off by FTP. They'll just dump this one right back in. Picked up by Dennis. He'll go behind his own net. Takes a look. Feeds one up. Trying to get that up to Ahmed. Knocked down by FTP. They'll have control down below the goal line. They try to go short side. Dom saw that. Was able to get a stick on it. Puts a glove on it. And we're going to face off in the Gray Wolves end. 11 minutes to go here. Second period, 2-1 lead for FTP. Gray Wolves not getting much offensive opportunity yet here in the second period. Tommy and Daxon on defense. Looks like it'll be Spicer with Gilbreth and Jacobson at forward. Forward there by FTP, tied up in the corner. Tommy and Spicer in there trying to dig it loose. FTP gets it out first. They feed it out to the point. Shot sent on through traffic, goes wide. Will come over to the near side. Gilbreth will try to get there first. Picked up by Tommy. He'll skate this one forward. Gets it to the line, but not out. It's pushed lower there by FTP down the wall. Now picked up by Gilbreth again. Lost the handle on it. Tommy trying to get control of it behind his own net. It'll be FTP. They feed this one out front. That just went off the end of a stick. Gilbreth feeds it over to Jacobson. Jacobson trying to get around the defense. Big hit there along the boards. Sent back down. It'll be Tommy that goes after behind his own net. Chips this one forward. Gets it over to Gilbreth. Gilbreth with some open area. He'll skate this one forward. Trying to get to Benke, but FTP was able to read that. Stolen away by Jacobson. Little misread there as FTP gets control of the puck. I'll bring it right back. Trying to get through Tommy. Jackson with a little bit of a hip check there. Gets it over to Jacobson. Now over to Tommy. Big reverse hit there by Carter Jacobson. Tommy trying to feed it forward. Send back in. Daxon will chase after it. Chip down below the goal line. He'll go behind his own net. Sends it up off the player's face a little bit. Had to bounce it to himself. Somehow FTP gets down below the goal line, gets a shot up, down, makes the save. Benke with it. He gets checked from behind along the boards. Benke with it down in the corner. Big hit there. Knocking players down along the wall. It's tied up. Jackson puts a hit on in the corner as well. Here's Jacoby. Spins away from one man. Skates it behind the net. He gets run off the puck. Picked up by Tommy. He'll just dump this one down. Excuse me, that was Kale. He'll just dump it down to relieve the pressure. And we'll head back down into the Gray Wolves' end for a face-off. So 9 minutes to play here in the second period. 2-1. FTP lead over the Gray Wolves. Spicer out there to take the face-off with Amlin and Gelman. It'll be Nash and Brecken on defense. Face-off. Push to the wall. Controlled here. Eventually by the Gray Wolves. That'll be Spicer. Got tied up right away, though. And FTP gets control again in their own offensive zone. Spicer puts a big hit along the boards. Brecken trying to dig it out, but FTP gets there first once again. They're winning the puck battles at the moment as they push it down below the goal line. Centering pass. Push just wide. Over to the near side. Ahmed tries to backhand one out. It will come out in the neutral zone. Gelman will come over and try to steal that one away. He gets rubbed off along the boards. Dump down in. That one will come off the boards a little lively. Bounces off the back of the net. Nash with it. Sends it up the wall, but right to an FTP player that sends it around and all the way back down into his own end. Gilbreth trying to steal that one away. Now Gelman. FTP brings this one in. They cut it to the middle, trying to get a shot off. Blockered away there by Dom. Second attempt. Kick save there by Dom. Keeps that one out. They feed it out to the point. Shot sent on. That got tipped a little bit. Dom was able to kick that one away. Picked up by Nash. Stolen away, fed up front. Brecken's going to ring this around to the far side. Gelman's going to chase after it. Picked up by Brecken, fed up to Kale. Kale chips it forward. Steals that puck away. Try to get it up to Gilbreth. Gilbreth had vacated the area, though. This one's dumped down by Brecken into the FTPN. They get it, go behind their own net. Stretch through the middle. Over towards the Grey Wolves end. This one picked up by Daxon. Cuts it through the middle. Trying to get around the defense. Uses his big frame. Gets knocked off the puck. Comes over to the near side. Trying to steal this puck away, but FTP brings it right back. Working on Dennis. Nice job by Dennis. They end up going off sides. And we're going to face off just outside the zone. Well, 7 minutes and 13 seconds left to go here. Second period, 2-1 lead for FTP. Spicer take the face off out there between Jacoby and Corinta. Daxon and Dennis on defense. Dennis sends this up the wall out into the neutral zone. FTP will dump it back down in. Dennis will chase after it down in his own corner here. Sends one off the wall, gets it over to Daxon. I thought Daxon was going to take it, but Dennis chased it down anyways. Stolen away by Daxon. Backhands one out. That one will go all the way down, but not for icing as FTP will chase after this. Dennis is chasing after it. Dennis showing some hustle here for the Grey Wolves. As Jacoby sends it back to Norby. Norby skates this one forward. Trying to bring it in through everybody. Lost the handle on it. Got the Spicer shots in on. Goaltender makes the save. Nice job here by Jacoby going in there, stealing that one away, using his frame to shield the player from the puck. And Daxon gets a shot off. Goaltender makes the save. Face off coming in the FTPN. That'll be Banky to take the face off out there with Omelette and Gelman. Tommy and Brecken on defense. Banky to take the face off. One back by FTP. They send it up to the far side. Stolen away by Banky there. Brecken trying to keep that in. Tommy's going to have to chase this down. FTP gets there first, pushes it forward, but a little bit too far. Brecken puts a hit on there, trying to steal this puck away along the wall. Sent out to the point, kept in by FTP. Puck loosely rolls in there. Dom made the save, got finally cleared out. Stolen away there. Sent out to the point, kept in. FTP shots it on. Gets tipped out front and in the back of the net, and a 3-1 lead here for FTP with 5:49 to play in the second period. So it looks like it'll be Spicer centering Jacobson and Gilbreth this time. Tommy and Brecken on defense. Face off, one over to the near side wall here, picked up by FTP. They'll dump this one down in. Goes behind the net, picked up by Brecken. Tried to reverse that one, stolen away by FTP. Puck loose, comes rolling out. Dom trying to get it covered up. Gets cleared out, comes over the sidewall, picked up by Jacobson with some speed through the middle. Has control, has one guy to beat. He goes down. Backhand sent on. Looks like he couldn't quite get the shot off there. It does come out to Brecken. Brecken walks it in. Shot sent on. Knocked down there by a defenseman. Jacobson steals it back. Works it through the middle. He's getting held there, but no call on that. Tries to feed it out front. Gilbert down there as well, trying to dig this one loose. FTP will win that battle. Let's get it over to the near side. Spicer trying to come over to steal it away. It will get chipped out into the neutral zone. Now down into the Grey Wolves end. Brecken. Shots sent on. Whiffed on there by FTP. Sent up the wall out to the point. Another shot sent on. Goes well wide. Picked up by Gilbreth. He'll skate this one forward. Into the FTP end. Drops it off for Brecken. Brecken slips one. Shot sent on. Try to use Gilbreth as a screen, but goaltender was able to make the save on that one. Holds on, and we'll get a face-off. Oh, comes Kale centering Jacoby and Corinta. Maybe Nash and Dennis on defense. 4 minutes, 32 seconds to go. Second period, 3-1 lead for FTP. Tied up along the boards here. Kale trying to dig that loose. So he'll push it down below the goal line. Jacoby goes in there trying to steal that one away, but FTP is able to send up the boards. They get this one out in the neutral zone. They're 2-on-1. Dennis, the lone man back. That out front, up and out of play. I don't know if Dom got a stick on that or if the player got a stick on it. We'll see who they or where they put this face off. It'll tell us if it went off of FTP or looks like it will be put in the zone here. Okay, he'll take the face off. Face off one back by FTP to the blue line. They dump it down the boards. Off the sidewall. Shot sent on. Dom makes the save. Picked up by Kale. Far side. Dennis will pick it up. He'll feed this one out. Comes to the point. Shot sent on. Right in the stomach of Dom. He holds on and we'll get a face off. Oh, comes some fresh legs. It'll be Spicer centering Gentleman and Omelet. Tommy and Daxon on defense. One over to the sidewall. Daxon trying to get this one out. Pokes it up and out of the zone. He'll dump it right back down in. This will go behind the net. Tommy will pick it up. Tommy spins away from one. Tried to send it back over to his D partner. He gets run into the boards. No call on that one. Not sure how that happened. Stretch pass there by Daxon. Gets it up to the Omelet, but stolen away by FTP and dumped right back in. Stopped there by Dom. He'll elect to just take the whistle, and we're going to face off down in the zone here. With 3 minutes and 27 seconds to play here in the second period. Sent around to the near side. Sent back down low, picked up by Tommy. Tommy will skate this one up, sets it through the middle. That goes off an FTP player. He stops at his own blue line. Gentleman's able to poke that one away. Tries to feed one out front, gets it to Spicer, but couldn't quite pull the trigger there in time. Gentleman with it. Set up the wall. Ahmed trying to defend. He comes up to the point. Tommy's able to keep it in. But Spicer brings it out. Thought maybe they were offsides. So gets it clear and sends it back down in. Graywell's going for a change. FTP with some space here. Gilbert trying to get a stick on it as they bring it back down. Cuts to the middle, trying to get through a few different Grey Wolves. Centering pass comes off a stick. FTP gets a shot off. Dom makes a save. Another attempt here, picked up by Daxon. Feeds it forward, gets it to Gilbreth. Gilbreth trying to stick handle through a couple different players. FTP gets control. Jacobson trying to knock that one down along the wall here. He's tied up and dumps it down below the goal line. Sent all the way down, picked up by Dennis in his own end. He'll go behind his own net, takes a look with 2 minutes to play here in the second period, feeds it up to Gilbreth. Gilbreth through the middle, gets that one up to Kale, off of his stick, down into the zone. FTP will chase after him, gets it behind their own net. They'll bring it over to the near side. Set up the wall, out to the point, but kept in by, here's Gilbreth down low. Shot sit on between the legs, back of the net, 3-2. Grey Wolves strike and cut this 2-goal lead down to 1. Gilbreth with his second goal of the game. Oh, it'll be Spicer out there centering Corinta and Jacoby. Dennis and Brecken on defense. Spicer will take the face off here for the Grey Wolves. Runs this one back. Gets it back to Brecken. Brecken up the wall. A little bit too far for Corinta. FTP will turn this one right back in. They'll work it to the middle. Shot sent on. Goes off the side of the net. Picked up here by Jacoby. He gets knocked down. Now Spicer comes over. Now Dennis back on the stick of Jacoby. Skates this one forward. Feeds it up to Corinta. Corinta out into the neutral zone. FTP couldn't quite find the puck here. Brecken stretches it over to Dennis. Gets it up to Jacoby. He gets run over, but picked up by Dennis down into the zone. Feeds one to the middle. Jacoby trying to get it over on defense here. Sent all the way down. It'll be Jacobson behind his own net who picks it up. Down in the corner, FTP has control. They feed this one out front. Don put a leg on that one. This one will be cleared out by Brecken all the way down. And we'll get a face-off back down in the Grey Wolves' end with 45 seconds to play here in this second period. A 3-2 lead for FTP. Grey Wolves able to strike. Cut it down to a one-goal game here. All right, we'll be taking face-off on the other side. Face-off one back by FTP. Shot sent on through traffic right into the glove of Dom. He holds on, and we'll get a face-off. Looks like it'll be Jacobson taking a face-off. That one sent over to the far side. Jacobson will chase after it down in the corner. He gets tied up along the boards. Daxon comes in to help out. FTP steals it away. Stuff attempt goes short. Dom gets knocked over, but Ahmed comes over to pick it up. He'll take a look. Trying to send one through the middle. Now sends one up the wall. Gets it to Jacobson. Jacobson sends it through the middle. Gets it to Gentleman, who's all alone. Brings it in. Shot sent on. Tries to go through the 5-hole. Goaltender's able to make the save. Down in the corner. Tied up. Betting down there, trying to dig this one loose. About 5 seconds to play here. Just push down below the goal line. That'll probably do it here for the second period. They'll just dump this one down, and that'll be it. 2 periods in the books. 1 to go. 3-2 lead for FTP here after 2. Oh, Grey Wolves finding some opportunities there late in that period. Doing what they can. They didn't have a lot in the first half of that second period, but we're able to get some odd man rushes there late. Get opportunistic there at the end, finding players behind the defense, getting in alone on the goalie, which led to the Gilbreth goal. They'll have to find a couple more chances like that, get this game tied up, eventually take the lead, hopefully. See how they come out for the third. Both teams. Going to talk it over for a second. I'm going to be right back. Just going to talk to a neighbor here real quick, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, here we go. It's like a little more shuffling going on here. It'll be Spicer centering Gilbreth and Banky. Stennis and Tommy on defense. Here we go. Third period, 15 minutes to play. 1 back by the Grey Wolves. Set up the wall, gets it to Gilbreth. Gilbreth trying to feed it back to his defenseman. Whiffed on that one, but stays with it. Brings this one through the middle. Lost the handle. I got caught up on Spicer. There's FTP, feeds it over the near side. It'll be Stennis that picks it up first. He'll chip it up the wall. hit there by Benke, knocks down the tallest player on the ice. This played there through the middle, but Gilbert has control of it, and he'll backhand one over, gets it to Benke, but just off of his stick, goes down an FTP in. They'll get on it first. They try to set up the wall, but stolen away here by Gilbreth on his backhand. Takes a look, brings it over to the near side, puts on the brakes, feeds it through the middle, trying to find Spicer on the far side. Be Tommy that slides down, keeps this one down in the corner. Benke in there trying to dig this one loose as well. He gets tied up along the boards. Stretch pass through the middle, bouncing puck, knocked down by Brecken, gets it on the stick of Spicer. He'll skate this one forward. Shot sent on. Goaltender makes the glove save, and we're going to face off. Looks like on the far side here of the FTP end. About a minute played so far in the third period. 3-2 lead for FTP. Out comes Jacobson centering Omelet and Gelman. Dennis and Daxon on defense. Carter will take the face off for the Grey Wolves. Wins this one over the wall, stolen away by FTP. Omelet will chase after behind the net. He loses his footing, but it's stolen away by Gelman. Feeds one out front. Carter was there to one-time it, but couldn't quite get it through the traffic. And then Daxon was able to keep it at the blue line here, but he'll turn and just fire it back in. Grey Wolves get on side. FTP with control, though, and they'll stretch it through the middle. Bouncing puck will roll in on Dom here. He'll actually just cover that one up, and we're going to face off down in the Grey Wolves' end. Face off one. Back by FTP, but Daxon steals it, pushes this one forward. He's going to chase after this one, but it's stretched back to the other way. Here's an opportunity for FTP. They try to get that through, but knocked down nicely by Jacobson, stolen right back by FTP, though. That would have been dangerous if Carter wasn't able to get a stick on that one. Shots in on Dom. He's able to get the 5-hole closed on that one. Keeps that one on the back of the net. 13:15 to go here, third period. Fresh line coming off for the Grey Wolves. It'll be Spicer centering Carintha and Jacoby. Dennis and betting on defense. Spicer take the face off. One back over to the wall. Chip forward here. FTP will get on it first. They'll dump it up the wall. Gets it out to the point. Shot sent on through traffic. That goes off the side of the net. Took a weird bounce as it hit that bar on the far side. Got a couple of oohs and ahs, but it really wasn't that close. Sent through the middle, picked up by Brecken. He'll skate this one forward with a little bit of space. Lots of snow out here on the ice, so the puck is not really sliding around very well. You'll see it roll up on its edge quite a bit here in the third period. We did see that at another rink as well, as that one goes off a block and all the way down. FTP trying to get a shot off. They do. Dom makes the blocker save, but a nice job by Brecken to force the shot from over there and not allowed it to get down closer to Dom there. Far side. Carintha will chase after it. FTP gets there first. Picked up by Gilbreth. Fed back to Betting. Betting feeds it up to Stennis. Stennis takes a look. Gets it over the red line. He'll just dump this one down towards the goaltender. Lively bounce comes on the backside. Gilbreth trying to get there first. Carter got his puck stolen away there, or his stick, I should say, as Stennis dumps that one down in. Benke puts on the brakes, lost the handle. Jacobson grabs it, pushes it down in the corner. FTP with control. Jacobson trying to steal that one away. Benke goes down low. Here's Jacobson. Takes a look, feeds one through, gets it to Gilbreth. Gilbreth lost the handle and it got bumped off the puck. FTP will pick this one up. And out of the zone they come. Tommy trying to seal that off. Stennis now. Couldn't quite get that one out. Here's an opportunity for FTP. Set up off the boards. They feed it through the middle, but a nice recovery there by Gilbreth. They're able to steal that puck away. He'll skate this one forward and out into the neutral zone. Dumps it in once he gets over the red line, and we'll get a change. Benke down in the corner. Sealed off by an FTP player, tied up in the corner. Sent over to the far side. Spicer trying to get there. Now Dennis steps up to try to steal that away, but they get by him. Here's a 2-on-1. Comes loose, comes right to Daxon. Feeds it over to the near side. This one will come to Gelman. A little bit too far for him, though. FTP was able to knock that one away. Sent through the middle. FTP will grab this one. Knocked away by Daxon. Picked up by Ahmed. He tried to feed it up to Spicer. Does get it finally up to Spicer. Now out into the neutral zone. Backhanded through the middle. Stolen away by Daxon here. Brings this one in. Try to get a shot off. That one went off a skate. Daxon will chase it down. Down into the corner. Picked up by Ahmed on the far side. Spins away. Pushes it down low. Jacobson. Try to get there. Now Gelman trying to steal it away. Grey Wolves looking like they have a little more jump at the moment. Stealing the pucks away from FTP here in their own defensive zone, but this one will get cleared out by FTP. Gelman trying to get back to help out. FTP cuts it to the middle, shots it on. Dom makes his save. Dennis able to knock that one away, gets it up to Gelman. Gelman chips it down. That might go a little too far, and that'll end up going for icing. And we're going to face off back down in the Grey Wolves' end. 9 minutes, 54 seconds left to go. In this third period, a 3-2 lead still for FTP. Grey Wolves scoring last, cutting it back down to a 1-goal game. Maybe Spicer take the face off out there with Corinta and Jacoby. Shots in on, bouncing puck. Dom kicks out one aside. Short side stuff attempt. Dom was able to get a leg over there, picked up by Corinta. He'll skate this one forward. Waiting for his teammates to show up as he dumps this one down into the offensive zone. Spicer trying to get there to steal that one away. Couldn't quite get there in time. Now Jacoby comes over and ties up his man along the boards. Now Jacoby with it below the goal line. Trying to feed that one out front. Try to spin away from the check too, but had it stolen away. This one sent over the near side. Betting going to try to keep this one in. He will. Dumps it back down low. It'll be Jacoby behind the net. Picks it up. He gets rode off the puck into the wall. Picked up by Spicer. Spicer trying to feed that one out to the point. Gets up to Betting, but Betting does a nice job along the boards. Gets ran over, though. He'll get back up. Gets it back down to Spicer, but FTP able to clear this one out of the zone. It'll be Tommy that picks it up for the Grey Wolves. Loops back into his own zone. Takes a look. Makes a move. Gets it over the red line. Dumps that one down. Arm goes up. We got a penalty coming here to FTP. We're going to see our first penalty on FTP of the game in the third period. So man advantage for the Grey Wolves here in this third period. 8:46 to go. 3-2 lead. Looking to tie the game up on this power play. It'll be Banky centering Gilbreth and Jacobson. Daxon and Stennis on defense. This one sent down. Knocked down by Stennis at the blue line. Chips and goes around. Gets it up to Gilbreth. Gilbreth hands it back to Stennis. Stennis works it to the middle. Now down low. Shot sent on. Kicked aside. Nobody could get out front. Picked up by Stennis. Stennis works it out. Hands it off to Gilbreth. Gilbreth cuts it to the middle. Feeds it over to Daxon. Daxon tried to one-time that one. Got handcuffed a little bit. Got the shot off. Benke tied up in the corner. Jacobson will come over to help out. Oh, out to Gilbreth, but right through his legs and just past the outstretched stick of Daxon. It goes all the way down. Daxon will go behind his own net. There's some speed. Gets it through the middle. Gets around the defense. Shot sent on. Tried to go short side there. Rings around and comes all the way out into open ice. Stennis stretches it through the middle, trying to get that to Banky. A little bit too far for him. They send it off the glass and out of the zone. Hand pass. Looks like we will move all the way down into the Grey Wolves end after that hand pass. Oh, I guess we're just going to put it right outside the zone here. So about a minute left on the power play here for the Grey Wolves. It'll be Spicer out there with Gelman and Ahmed. Dennis and Tommy on defense. Tied up, sent down into the Grey Wolves end, picked up by Tommy. Push forward, gets this one up to Spicer. Spicer over the red lines, gets this one forward, cuts it through the middle. Now over to the far side, hands it off to Omelet. Omelet down the far side, gets bumped along the boards. Down in the corner, Spicer trying to steal this one back, tied up along the wall. Spicer trying to dig it out still, wasting some valuable time here. About 30 seconds to go on the power play. Still tied up along the boards. Down to about 20 seconds. Finally comes loose and it's cleared all the way down. Dennis will chase after this one back down in his own end. Gets down below the goal line. Goes behind the net. Uses that as cover. Skates away from the attacking FTP player. Cuts it through the middle. Gets it off. Hands it off to Jacobson. Jacobson dumps it down in. Grey Wolves onside. Jumping on the near side. Tipped up the wall. Thought it was going to be kept in by Crinda, but the FTP player was able to steal that one away, and they'll dump this one down in. That's the end of the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5. With 6.5 minutes to play here in the third period. Centering pass there gets sent just wide. Quick little one-timer in the slot. FTP looking for a pass in the slot there, but couldn't find one. Just send it up the wall. Gentleman's able to chip that up the wall, but they were able to get a line change there as Brecken comes on defense. Shots it on, kicked out front, big rebound there by Dom. They're able to clear that up, make it a 4-2 game. And now back to a 2-goal deficit here for the Grey Wolves. So exactly 6 minutes to play here in the third period. 4-2 lead for FTP over the Grey Wolves. Now, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but either way, if the Grey Wolves came back and won this game, I don't think they'd win it by enough to overtake FTP here as the second seed in this pool. Either way, they're going to probably play at 1 p.m. regardless against the Sting again tomorrow. Unless they could somehow come back here and win this game by more than 4 goals, I believe, which they would have to score 6 as of right now. But actually, they have to score 7. Not seeing that happen in the next 5.5 minutes, but you never know. Hockey's a weird game. It can get a couple weird bounces and whatnot and change things here real quick. Stennis makes a nice little move behind his own net, feeds one through the middle, trying to get that one over to Corinta, but stolen away by FTP. The far wall. Corinta trying to steal that one away from the FTP player sliding down. Here's Dennis in front of his own net, feeds it up to Corinta. Corinta skates it up the far side right in front of his own box, gets it out in the neutral zone, but FTP steals it away and dumps it back in. Picked up by Nash, sends that one through the middle. Offsides on FTP. Brecken takes the second, feeds it up the wall. FTP is able to slow that one down. Jacoby along the wall here. Couldn't quite seal that wall off enough. Arm goes up. Brecken looks like he's going to go to the box for a tripping call. The 4th power play of the game, or maybe even the 5th, to the 1 for the Grey Wolves. Will be coming up for FTP. Oh, 4:41 to play here, third period. 4-2 lead for the Grey Wolves, or for the FTP over the Grey Wolves. Carter Jacobson taking the face off, wins that one back, comes to Daxon. Daxon feeds it behind the net over to Dennis. Dennis loops it back this way. Whiffed on that one, was trying to send it up the wall to get it over to Carter Jacobson. Now Daxon's with it on the far side. Puck comes right out in front. They're cleared out by Dennis out into neutral ice, and FTP has control. Jacobson trying to sneak behind a player and steal that one away. Now Banky's turn. He kicks this one forward. He's behind the defense, but FTP with a little bit more jump at the moment. Comes right to Jacobson, shots in on. Jacobson, little bulldog out there right now. But FTP will clear this one out. Far side. Dennis trying to recover. Does a nice job. Knocks down the FTP player. They have control in the offensive zone, though, here with the man advantage. Shots in on. Dom makes the save. Back of the net. Couldn't quite cover that one up in time. And FTP strikes again, making it 5-2. Oh, minute 12 still left on the power play, and it's a power play goal for FTP as we get just under 4 minutes to play here in the third period. That'll be Jacobson centering Gilbreth and Benke out there. Nash and Tommy on defense. We'll get the face off here. One back by Jacobson. Comes right to Nash. He sends it up the wall. Gets it over to the far side. Sent through the middle. Trying to get around Tommy. Are you kidding me now? Another penalty coming up on the Grey Wolves, I guess. Tommy just being too strong, I guess. FTP with the extra man out there. Shot sent on to Dom. Pretty bad call there. Tommy just doing a nice job of defending. So another power play here for FTP. It'll be their 5th, 6th, or 7th. I'm not even sure anymore. The Spicer to take the face off out there with Gelman. Stennis and Dennis on defense. Shots in on, tipped wide. FTP with control. They go behind the net. They're trying to feed one out front. They do get one out. Where was the... Okay, I don't know why they're not calling interference. There should have been one on FTP right there. But either way, we'll play on. Spicer gets dumped from behind. I don't know, not even near the puck. Not sure how that's not interference, but either way. Stretch pass. This one's off the mark. This will come to Brecken. He loops down in his own end. About a minute 15 to go on the penalty here to the Grey Wolves. Kale chase this one down. Gets it down below the goal line. Lost the handle on it. FTP will recover, but Kale try to steal this one back, but he gets sealed off along the boards. Sent over the near side. Stennis bounces one off the wall. Gets it to Gelman. Gelman slips a check. FTP trying to steal that one back, but Kale has it at the moment. Picked up by FTP. They'll bring this one in. Arm goes up. Another penalty here coming up on the Grey Wolves. Missed one. You might need these. It'll be Jacobson 5-on-3 here for the next 41 seconds. Sent out to the point. Shot sent on through traffic. Blocked there partially by Daxon. Picked up by FTP. They feed it through the middle. That'll clear the zone. Just under 2 minutes to play on the game clock here. About 25 seconds to go on the man advantage. Oh, my. Oh, big Carter Jacobson heading to the box here. Well, I guess they do know what a boarding call is. They didn't call it when Tommy got boarded, but still 5-on-3 for the rest of the game, no matter what. Doesn't really matter. 5-2 lead here for FTP. FTP walks this one down. Upson trying to put the pressure on, not chasing too much, staying in position. FTP works this one out, now over to the far side. Jacoby trying to seal off that passing lane. Chases down low a little bit. They work it back up top. One man out of the box, but stays 5-on-3 because they still have 2 out there. And unable to put up the other penalty on the Grey Wolves because they can only put 2 at a time. Grey Wolves had 3 at one time, so shot sit on there, blocked away by Dom, picked up by Daxon. Into the corner. FTP gets control. Sent back out, gets it up top. FTP will walk this one in a little bit. Jacoby comes over, seals off that, got a stick on it, forced the bad pass there a little bit. Now he'll tie it up in the corner. About 40 seconds to play in the game here. It'll be 5-on-4 in about 33 seconds or so. Sent over the near side. Dump down low. Jackson got a stick on it there for a second. Now sent out to the point. FTP locks it in. Down into the corner. Knocked away by Betting and Jacoby. Jacoby on a knee here, trying to steal that puck along the boards. FTP able to dig it loose. About 10 seconds to play in the game here. They work into the high slot. Shot sent on. Blocked down there by Dom. Cleared out by Jacoby. Jacoby rings it around to up to the point. Turn around, fires that one down low, and that's the end of the game. A 5-2 win for FTP. Grey Wolves unable to pull off a win here in pool play, going 0-2-1. They will take on the Sting tomorrow at 1 p.m. I have that up on my YouTube page already. I will put the link up on the Facebook page as well, so you guys can follow that one along tomorrow. That will be at 1 p.m. And the final game of the spring tournament for the Grey Wolves. Hopefully everything worked out better this time for you. You're able to see and hear me the whole time. That'll be it for us today. We're going to head back to Grand Forks. We'll be back down tomorrow. We appreciate you guys joining us as always, and we will see you next time.